Hey everyone, I'm ShbeblyTheGreat, and this is the Nintendo Switch. So, the Nintendo Switch is finally here. After so much build-up and hype, the Switch launched last night, and I was one of the few 100 people in line at Best Buy for the midnight release. I picked up the console in 2 games. Everyone's talking about Zelda and 1-2 Switch, but I decided to pick up Zelda and Super Bomberman R. Why? Well, I feel like I'll get more playtime out of an arcade-style game than a party game. I'll get to the games in a second. Let me talk about the console first. The first thing that stood out to me when I opened the box was how small the Switch itself really is without the Joy-Cons attached. It looks like just a normal Android tablet, but after putting the Joy-Con controllers on, it immediately feels very comfortable in your hands and very sturdy. I honestly thought the Joy-Cons would be flimsy and might feel like it'd fall out, but I gotta say it feels extremely solid when they're attached. And I'm happy to say that the console plays the Switch noise from the trailers when you attach the Joy-Cons. The overall build quality is very nice and sleek, but a bit questionable in some areas. For one, the kickstand in the back is very bendy and I feel like I'm gonna break it anytime I set the Switch down. Another thing that bothered me is that docking the Switch and taking the Joy-Cons out isn't as easy as they made it look in the trailers. Those things are in there pretty damn tight, so you gotta use 2 hands to get one out. But sliding them back on and taking it out is as easy as they showed, which is super satisfying. I really love the concept of taking a home console with you. This is really cool. It reminds me a lot of the PlayStation Vita. You know, that thing Sony made then forgot about 2 days later. Honestly, I love my PlayStation Vita. It's one of my favorite handhelds because of what it can do. But I think the Switch might take its place. There are a lot of similarities in the two. For one, look at the game cartridges. They're pretty damn similar. Not to mention the Switch game boxes are pretty identical to the PSP cases. But another thing is that I feel like the Switch will be the new home for indie developers to easily put their games on. The Vita essentially was an indie machine, but it looks like Nintendo's stepping up their indie support very quickly. So with the 2 games that I got, what did I think of them so far? Well, let's start off with the one that everyone's talking about, Zelda. Real quick, I never did actually play Zelda as a kid. The first Zelda game I ever played the tiniest bit of was Ocarina of Time freshman year of high school. I'm also not a huge fan of open world games, mainly because I have ADD and having a huge open space makes me just stop playing because there's too much to do or there's too little to do. But I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised when I found myself having a lot of fun with Breath of the Wild. I found myself always doing something interesting. I love how you can pick up almost anything and use it as a weapon. Being able to climb literally anything and get to high places like that is so cool. I really love the visuals and the controls of the game and I can't wait to play more. I'm just a little worried about playing this game on the go because when I picked up the Switch, I noticed the back was pretty noticeably hot. Not to mention the battery life will drain hard. So I suggest playing this game mainly at home. Speaking of playing, before I move on to the next game, I want to take a moment and talk about this, the Joy-Con grip. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this thing was gonna be the most uncomfortable controller. It's actually surprisingly comfortable to use and just feels like a normal controller. If you are wondering if you should spend extra money on a Pro controller, unless you really want to, I suggest just sticking with the grip because it's pretty good. As for using the Joy-Con sideways, well, that felt a bit weird. In order to keep both controllers consistent, Nintendo got rid of the D-pad and made it all buttons. So using the analog stick only kind of felt weird, and I see this as a problem for people who want to play fighting games on it. So if you're planning on getting a lot of hours in Street Fighter when it comes out, I'd go ahead and recommend the Pro controller because it has a better grip and a D-pad. Now let's talk about Bomberman. I started off by playing an online match and I had fun. The visuals were nice, the music was bouncy and fun, and it was pretty easy to get connected to a match. But when I dove into the story mode, that's when things started going downhill. First off, the voice acting is horrid. I had to skip the second cutscene because I was so tired of hearing their voices. It's like they turned the gain up on their mic a little too high, if that makes any sense.
What a foolish question. Why would I need to train when I'm already perfect?
Just let me sleep a little longer.
Don't worry, I'm ready to fight to defend the universe. So, what is it you want me to blow up?
Oh, a butterfly! Whee!
Hey, Aqua! Isn't this haircut wonderful? I think it looks beautiful, but everything suits you, big sister.
What am I gonna do with these guys?
Don't worry, big bro. I know exactly how you feel.
You do, Green? Wow.
You're the only one who understands me.
When I got into the gameplay of the story mode, things felt a little cheap. I had fun with the online, but the campaign feels super rushed and phoned in. I'd only recommend this game for an arcade multiplayer game. So overall, I really like the Switch. I'm gonna be getting way more playtime out of Zelda, and I might look into getting Fast RMX. If I do, I'll be sure to do a full review on it for you guys. I'm really looking forward to more games like Super Mario Odyssey and Splatoon 2. If you like this video, be sure to show me and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and want to see more, subscribe to get more of my content in the future. Click here to watch a video I did on Sonic 06 for the PC, or click over here and see a video I did on Spider-Man 2 for the PC. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.